So how's it going, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brexer and I create content, anything Yu-Gi-Oh and everything Yu-Gi-Oh. Today guys, we're gonna do a deck profile for Master Duel, and it's been quite some time since I've uploaded a new content for the channel, sorry. So here is the deck that I'm gonna show you. Let's head to Master Duel and check that one out. So here we are in Master Duel, guys, and this is the deck that I want to showcase today. So as you might see, we are doing Magistus for today. The extra deck is not really that complete because there is one specific Magistus card that I don't want to craft, or because I can't craft because I don't have a copy and I don't want to use the UR shards for just that specific monster. Regardless, there's a workaround for it, disregarding the fact that I don't have that specific card. So this is what I'm talking about, the Reliona, the Wonder of Magistus, Switch, Wardrobe, blah blah blah. So this is pretty good with the deck. If you have one or two copies of this monster, add it right away for this deck. But yeah, let's go first to the main deck and then we'll do the extra deck later on. So first main deck, we have the F1 Effect Mailer, 3 copies of Magistus, 3 copies of Ash Blossoms, 3 copies of Summoner Monk, 1 copy of your DPE package, that is your Celestial, Dasher, and your 2 copies of your Fusion Destiny. Next, you have your Magistus monsters, which is to start off with 1 copy of Crowley. Now, other decks prefer having 2 copies of Crowley, but I would like to have only 1 copy for this because you just have to sacrifice 1 card on field or your hand to spell summon this to the field. What your core Magistus cards are just basically your Zoroa, your Reliona, and of course your Endymion monsters. So 3 copies of those monsters, as we have here. There is an instance that you can remove 1 copy of Reliona and have 2 copies of Crowley, but it's up to you. The deck works perfectly with just 3 copies of Reliona, and Reliona is a perfect searcher for your Magistus magic card or spells. What else? For your magic and trap, you have your Harpy's Feather Duster, your Monster Reborn, your 2 copies of Fusion Destiny, 1 copy of Lightning Storm. For your Magistus spell cards, you have your Invocation, your 3 copies of Vritra, your 3 copies of Trismegistus, your 2 copies of Call by the Grave, 2 copies of Cross of Designator, 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Now, so once Zoroa is on the field and activates its effect, you can go a long way with that combo. This is basically a starter to your deck, and if you have Summoner Monk as well on your field, it can go a long way. So Summoner Monk to Zoroa, then Zoroa to other monsters. You can summon like 1 Synchro Summon monster and 1 XZ if you want. But yeah, like I said, it's perfect. Zoroa is usually the starter, or even Summoner Monk is the starter for your combo. I think that's it for your main deck. Your extra deck, you can have 2 or 3 copies of Aiwas. I just had 2 copies because I plan to compose most of this with other Synchro monsters and other XZ monsters, as you might see here. After Aiwas, you have 1 copy of your DPE. Then for your Synchro monsters, you have your Borrowload, Savage Dragon, your Berserker of the Tenyi, your Chaos Ruler, your Varam, and then your 2 copies of Zoroa, the Magistus of Calamity. Oops, burp. So, this card is pretty much your boss monster, and you really need to special summon this monster as quick as possible. If you are going first, really need to special summon this on your side of the field. Because basically, if you have summoned this to the field and you attach a Synchro or whatever monster type, whether it's a Fusion, Synchro monster, XZ, or even a Link monster equipped to this boss monster that is also a Magistus card, then your opponent can't activate that specific monster type on his side of the field. That includes DPE, so it's pretty good. So Varam is a protection as well if against spell trap effects, and also whatever Varam is equipped to, any opponent that attacks that specific monster will be destroyed. So it's very good. Next up, for your XZ, you have your Downward Magician, your Dark Rebellion XZ Dragon, and this is pretty much your saving grace for an XZ monster. Next up, your Ninaruru. So it's either if you have Orleona or this card, but I prefer just having this for the sake of your opponent not activating effects for Exe monsters. So that's one case for that. And lastly, your Zeus, of course. Now for your Link monsters, there is the Artemis, the Magistus of the Moon, and of course Predaplant, Verte, Anaconda. So there are some instances where you need to have 2 copies of Artemis. Just remove Berserker of the Tenyi if you want. Also Artemis, 2 or 1 copy is pretty good. Allowing you to search for a Magistus monster from your deck and add it to your hand is pretty good. So yeah, if you have 2 copies of this, better. You can still do better with 1. It's not really a problem. So that is the deck profile for you guys, and we are gonna do the replays in a while. Here's the replays. So in this game, guys, we have 2 copies of Maxis, 1 Fusion Destiny, 1 Cross-out Designator, and 1 Trismegistus. Not the best of hand, but it will do since we have Fusion Destiny in our hand and we have a Cross-out Designator and a Maxi, just in case. Nevertheless, let's start. So we have no other option but to use our Fusion Destiny. Alright, and he has Ash Blossoms. Luckily, we have Cross-out Designator to negate that. So there we go. Negate our 1 copy of Ash Blossom in our deck. Animation is pretty good, actually. Send to the graveyard our Dasher and Celestial, and we come forth DPE. And that's basically the end of our turn. So yeah. We have Maxis and Trismegistus. I think we're going up against Numeron. Yeah, there we go. He got a copy of Numeron Network, and he gets another copy of Numeron Network by the use of his Numeron Wall. He activates the second Numeron Network, so I don't know why he did that, but yeah, good for us. Second copy of Numeron Network, we just pop it off with our DPE, and then he ends his turn. So basically, we got a free board here. So that with the effect of Dasher, we spell summon our Zoroa to the field, come back to the field, DPE. Zoroa will prompt its effect. Artemis will search. We normal summon Releona to the field. Releona will prompt its effect. Get a copy of Vritra. And we synchro summon into our boss monster. Since we are going up against Numerons, we need to attach an Exe and a Link. So Releona from the graveyard will attach Artemis back from the grave to our boss monster, and we get a copy of our very own Magistus Exe monster. So basically, Exes and Links cannot use its effect. He has a 3rd copy of Numeron Network. I chained with Maxi, and yeah, just to get off possibly 2 cards from its summoning. It was fine actually. So yeah, there we go, and he's down, and his life points is down to 2600, so it's still okay. He has twin twisters, so he can use the effect of his Numeron monsters. So that is limiter removal for you guys. I used DP to destroy 1 monster there, so that there's gonna be 2 attacks left. And then attack my monster. Now he's down to 200 life points, and we got damage for 1900. It's still okay though. He then summons his Mega Clops on his main phase 2, which we can still destroy this monster on the next turn. So we draw Releona and Monster Reborn out of those special summoning. So we get back DP to the field again, activate Vritra, so we'll summon Zoroa. Zoroa prompts effect. We'll summon Releona. So I can't use the effect of Releona because it was summoned due to Zoroa's effect. I pop 1 Magistus card on the field to spell summon my boss monster, and then we go towards synchro summoning. No wait, Exe summoning, because I know yeah, because the only thing that can destroy this monster is unaffected by other monsters except those of Exe monsters. So this is perfect for Dark Rebellion Exe's Dragon. So we use Exe's Dragon's effect, half its attack, and gain the amount from it. And that is game actually. And here we are, guys, in the next game, and we have Summoner Monk, a Celestial, another copy of Zoroa, Cross-out Designator, and 1 Infinite Impermanence. Now this is pretty good. This is a good hand actually. So let's start. So we summon our Zoroa to the field. Effect, province effect. So we are going. So we have a free summoning. So we got Max Seed, but we got Cross of Designator for that, nevertheless. So at this point, yeah, either I eat the Maxi or I use Cross of Designator for Summoner Monk, but nevertheless, it's okay. So we got Ash Blossom by our search for Artemis. Nevertheless, it's still okay though. We can Synchro Summon. Onto our boss monster, and then normally I attach the synchro copy of Magistus monsters. So that is basically it. Luckily, our opponent is using Swordsoul, so yeah, it's pretty good. Summons his Longyang, and then Baron on the floor will be on the field, but it won't prompt its effect. So that's pretty good. I just dealt the damage of 1/200, and it's still okay. So like you see here, he attacked my monster. Varam's effect will activate. So he's Baron on the floor is bye-bye. Next up, he's gonna attack with Celestial just to destroy my back row. We have infinite impermanence for that. So he just took the damage and he lost 2 monsters out of that outcome. There we go. I think this point on, he has no recovery, so he has only 1 back row. We are free to move. Summon our Celestial and attack with our boss monster and Celestial, dealing with that amount of damage. We end our turn, and it's his turn now. He uses Emergence, which is still okay. He summons his. I forgot what he summons here. I think he's going for Shisha, or was it? Let's see. Forgot what he summoned here. Oh yeah, the Colossal Fighter. Yeah. So that is the Colossal Fighter. Blah blah blah. Imperial Order was a good call for this scene. Yeah, that's why. So I dealt 100 damage. Nevertheless, it was okay. So yeah, just 100 damage out of that. And he still got damage for 700. So at this point on, we just need to end his life. And yeah, Dark Rebellion, Exist Dragon, come forth to the field. Half its attack, gain the same attack, and that is game. Just like that, you can deal with Swordsoul players. Alright, so this is the last game, guys, and this is very sweaty because we are going up against Tri-brigade for this deck. So we start our hand off with Effect Veiler, Maxi, Reliona, Cross of Designator, and Infinite Impermanence. That's pretty good, so let's start. So summon Reliona, search for a card. We are allowed to search, get Vritra, and set our Infinite Impermanence. So not the best of starter, but yeah, it works. So I just let him use all its effect for Tri-brigade since we can't do anything other than just wait for his combo, and we can't use Effect Veiler, of course. So yeah, basically that's it. Just let him use every effect, and sending monsters to the grave, still pointless if we negate him using other stuff. So yeah, that is it, and just need Maxi for that specific monster. Luckily, he doesn't have any Ash Blossom. So that's that. We draw into Reliona. He attacked my monster, and yeah. I think he stopped right there, yeah. He stopped right there, yeah. So on our turn 3, this is what we'll do. Reliona to the field again. And then Vritra. We got Max Seed, but yeah, it's either I cross out this one. Yeah, I crossed out. And there we go. We search for, I think we got another copy of Vritra here, because you can't have two. It's better to have 2 than 1. Better to have 2 than 1. Spell summon 1 Magistus monster from the graveyard, and we move towards, I think, DPE. I think we summoned DPE here, or no? No, we didn't. We went with Darn. Why didn't I summon DPE? But yeah, nevertheless, it's still okay. Down our Magician, attack, and then summon our Zeus afterwards for main phase 2. So basically that is that, and yeah. On his turn, I think he's gonna do a lot of plays because there's a lot of monsters, or a lot of Tri-brigade monsters in his graveyard. So yeah, basically that's it. He uses the effect of Kit. Just you know, infinite impermanence. That's the basic stuff. And we have a Call by the Grave eventually though, so it's still okay. He uses Fractal's effect. I then Called by the Grave Fractal so that we don't use that shenanigans anywhere else. There we go. And he, I think, oh yeah, he exit summon. Oh no, he link summon. Sorry, he link summon to that. Then Kit will send Nerval. Nerval will prompt. Blah blah blah. Same thing. Same thing. He got Kiras. Kiras will summon. Link off to, how many is that? 2 monsters. So yeah, once Bear Brum is on the field, I use the effect of Zeus, which was not really the case, but it's still okay. He set 1 back row, and I'm pretty sure that is Revolt, because basically that is their ace trap card. I attack with Zeus just to have Revolt activate, and he did, of course. And basically he just summoned Shuraig to the field, so Shuraig will banish my Zeus. It was okay. Because afterwards, what I'm gonna do is actually summon DPE here. Yep, that is that. Normal summon our Ash Blossom. I activate that for a purpose. You can see in a while. So yeah, that's Spread of Planverty Anaconda. And Fusion Destiny once more, and then we summon our DPE to the field. There we go. So that, yeah, we target our Magistus to pop Shuraig. Shuraig will search for a Nerval, which is okay. So at this point, he's just gonna end his turn. My DP will die, and he draw into Cyprim Gear Gamma, which is bad luck for me, but it was okay. Not really a problem. So that is, yeah, the game's still very long, but yeah, it's almost done anyways. We set Fusion Destiny and we use Celestial's effect. I think I was negated. No, I didn't. No, so we draw into a bad card, so 1 copy of Trismegistus and an Ash Blossom, which was not the best of cards, but yeah, it's still okay. I was planning to set Ash Blossom, but yeah, it's this deck does a lot of searching, so better keep Ash Blossom. Just yeah, you still have 4,900 for our life points. So still good. Yeah, he got baited for that back row, and then he went towards what he got again? Spread of Planverty Anaconda, yeah. So yeah, he still has a copy of, what do you call this? He has a copy of Fusion Destiny as well. So it was very sucky. Yeah. He chain blocking Shuraig was pretty good actually. I was just gonna use it after. No wait, he used. Yeah, that was my misplay for me actually. Because what I remembered, he used. No, he didn't actually use it before Shuraig. No, he didn't use it. So we got Endymion for this one, for the draw. Problem was he didn't use the effect of DPE for Endymion, so I don't know why he did that. So yeah, he allowed me to attach a card to Endymion, use an Endymion's effect to draw another card, which was okay, which is fine by me. Because what I do in the main phase 2 is actually just summon Zoroa to the field, and then, you know, this happens. And you'll understand in a while why DP won't be back on the field, even he used its effect, or even if it's destroyed in the field. So that's that. We attach a Magistus fusion monster, and yeah, that's basically it. So we can't do anything else. Set 1 back row, and set 1 front row, and then yeah, that's it. So we search again with Artemis on our last turn, and there we go. We have a lot of Magistus monsters on our hand. Attach again. Summon. So basically, the beauty of Zoroa. You can summon a level 4 spellcaster monster from your hand or your graveyard. So basically, that's it. So Berserker of the Tenyi, any other effects of a monster, we can just banish it. Now, attack for game, he used the effect of Cold by the Grave, which is fine. And he still has Revolt. Shocking as it is, he still has Revolt. But yeah, using the effect of Shrek, doesn't really work properly, because he should have banished my Zoroa here. But yeah, I can still attack twice for Berserker of the Tenyi, so yeah, it was fine. Then that is game. And that is the replays for you guys. Hope you like the replays. Yeah, it took me a while to play this deck in Diamond, but it was very fun for the Magistus, actually. More fun than the Exorcisters that I've played. So that is the strength of the Magistus archetype. It really goes a long way if you have summoned the boss monster. So that's pretty good. You can copy this deck if you want. As long as you can summon Zoroa to the field, you are pretty good. So that is the deck for you guys, and hope you like this kind of content. I'll see you on the next video. Keep safe, good luck, and have a good day. Bye-bye.